Hemant Rustagi, who's our guest today. Hemant, thanks very much, like always, for coming by. And let's head across to New Delhi, where there's Khalid Anjum waiting by to ask a question. Khalid, hi.
Hi, Vivek. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Khalid. How are you?
I'm good. Vivek, my question is about my portfolio. Currently, I've invested in close to 12 mutual funds. Currently, I'm rolling out an SIP for 4 different tax savers, including Fidelity, HDFC, ICICI Pru, Reliance Tax Saver.
Right.
I have HDFC Top 200 in equity, DSP 100, DSP Microcap, HDFC Midcap, HDFC Equity, Reliance Equity Opportunities, Reliance Regular Savings, and I have Reliance Gold Savings with an SIP of 2,000 per month. So I'm looking forward to consolidate my portfolio and looking how markets have been behaving. Is it a good idea to move to a balanced fund or maybe a debt fund for some time now?
If I understand right from the mail that you sent to me, you have a target of 10 to 15 years, right, Khalid? You're looking at building wealth over the long period of time.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, Khalid, my first impression is you've got way too many schemes, Khalid. You've been sold, it's not like you've got bad schemes. Some of your schemes are very good. But for the amount that you're putting in, 25,000 a month, 12 schemes, that's ridiculously high. And I think, therefore, it's a good thought that you've picked up the phone to find out whether you should consolidate. Now, 4 of your schemes are, of course, your tax-saving schemes, which I'm presuming have a lock-in to them, so there's very little you can do about them except play it out till the 3-year lock-in is over. But for the balance 8 of them, I certainly feel you need to consolidate to a much smaller number, which is more manageable. You've asked for a balanced fund. I think your mail also talked about considering putting fresh money into an IDFC Premier Equity kind of a scheme. Let's get Hemant to address that. Hemant?
Well, Vivek, here clearly, with 12 funds and the amount which is being invested today is 23,000, and he's looking to invest 2,000 more. Way too many schemes, absolutely right. I think there is a need to consolidate the portfolio. What can be done here? If we really analyze the portfolio here, there are 4 ALSS funds in the portfolio wherein he's investing 6,000 rupees. I don't see any reason why someone should be investing in 4 funds when the investment is only 6,000 rupees. But considering that only 6 months are left for the current financial year, which could actually turn out to be the last financial year for these ALSS schemes, so I would not like him to disturb this process right now because stopping SIP and then restarting somewhere takes time. So let him continue this process till March 2012, and when these ALSS, if the DTC is implemented, will cease to exist, automatically, the number of funds will get reduced by 4 by March 2012. For the remaining 8, I think 1 he can continue, which is Reliance Gold Saving Fund, 2,000 rupees in investing. It's a good fund. I think it's important to have gold also in the portfolio, so he can continue with that. For the remaining ones, I would say he should consolidate and look at maybe 3 or 4 funds. At best, he can look at 4 funds from the existing ones, which could be he can look at DSP Microcap, which is a small and mid cap. He can invest around. I'm talking about not only reducing but also reallocating the amount which is being invested in them. Basically, he can invest 3,000 rupees in DSP Microcap. He can look at HDFC Equity, 5,000 rupees, HDFC Top 200, 5,000 rupees, and Reliance Equity Opportunity as 4,000. With this, 4 funds in equity, 1 gold fund, I think that should suffice, which will really consolidate his portfolio and I'm sure improve his portfolio performance too.
His other question, Hemant, which is something to do with the current state of the market, even though he has a 10 to 15-year time frame. He's only 31 years old. He wants to know if he should be moving money away from equities into balanced. That may not be such a good idea, right?
No, Vivek, I don't think it's a great idea. When you have a time horizon of 10 to 15 years, you shouldn't be worried about what's happening in the stock market during short term. Now, typically, the objective of investing through SIP is to also benefit from volatility in the market. So this is the time where you're actually getting much more units than what you were getting earlier because you're investing at a much lower level of NAVs. So I think he should continue with that, shouldn't really bother too much about what is happening in the market today. Yes, it becomes a matter of concern when you see the portfolio going down by 10, 15% or 20% at times. But the point is that since you're investing fresh money too in these funds, I think he should carry on with that. And I believe that when you're investing for 10, 15 years, no need necessary to have a balanced fund in the portfolio or move it to debt, which amounts to timing the market, which is not a great strategy.
Welcome back to Talk Funds. Amit Kumar Jain has a question. Hi, Amit. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I am fine, sir. Thanks for taking my question.
Arey, it's our pleasure, sir. Tell me, what's your question?
Sir, I have given my portfolio details to your channel.
Yes,
and
yes.
just I want to know whether the present portfolio, as per the investment point of view, it is okay.
Okay.
And my second question is that I want to increase my SIP up to 20,000 rupees. So in which fund, whether I should allocate my amount to another new fund, or whether I should increase the amount in the present funds only.
All right.
One more thing which I have failed to inform you, that I am also investing in the gold ETF.
Right.
So currently through funds I am not investing in the gold, but I have investment in the gold ETF also.
Sure. Okay, Amit, listen in Hemant. I don't think you need more schemes, I think, but you need to certainly relook at your schemes. While some of them are good performing schemes, there are some, there's a bit of a hodgepodge in your portfolio in terms of large cap versus mid cap, small cap. So let's get Hemant into. Hemant, if I can just quickly read out for the benefit of our viewers as well, his portfolio. He's got Kotak Opportunities, Sundaram Select Focus, HDFC Top 200. He's got a UTI ULIP 71. He's got an SBI Magnum Sector Umbrella, and he also put 75,000 rupees lump sum in a UTI Retirement Benefit Fund. He wants to know if he should he wants to increase his corpus, which is a good thing, but should he be adding more schemes, or should he first be relooking? He started his SIPs and all these schemes in 2009. He's got a 5 to 10 year kind of a time frame. He wants to invest for his children's education, marriage, and also for his retirement. Maybe he can go a little more than 10 years. He's only 37 years old right now. What would you advise him?
Well, let me begin by saying that, as far as the strategy of investing in equity fund through SIP is concerned, it's a perfect strategy. He's on the right track, because that's the best way of someone who's trying to build a corpus, especially for long-term objectives like, children, education, marriage, and building a retirement corpus. So I think as far as the strategy is concerned, it's just perfect. He needs to carry on with that for as long as is possible, because the important thing is when you're investing in equity funds, you need to give it more time. Not only need to give it more time, but also carry on the discipline of investing on a regular basis. Once you do that, I think you benefit a lot from power of compounding. So that is as far as the strategy is concerned. But I'm not too sure about, the funds. I think the fund selection has not been that great. So, a couple of funds definitely I would recommend that he should exit is, Kotak Opportunity Fund, Magnum Contra Fund. These funds have not been doing that well, so I think he should exit from these funds. And what he needs to do is look at funds which have been giving consistent performance and which have a very well defined investment universe. Some of the fund that can be considered is, one is the HDFC Equity Fund, you have Reliance Equity Opportunity Fund. These two funds he can include in the portfolio, and also increase the allocation to HDFC Top 200, because there is investing only 2,000 rupees. I think he can add more money to that. As for investing the fresh money, we talked about 3 or 4 funds. I think that should suffice. Or at best, what he can do is he can include one good quality mid-cap fund, which could be, IDFC Premier Equity. With these 4 or 5 funds, I think should be enough in his portfolio currently with the kind of investment he's looking at.
Amit, did you hear that?
Yeah, sir. I've got that, sir.
Okay, take care of yourself. Well done. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's head across to Mumbai. There's Anuradha Vasudevan waiting by to ask her question. Hello, Mrs. Madhavan. How are you?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm invested in HDFC Top 200, 1,500 rupees per month for the last, say, 2 years. And again, I think 1 month back, I put another lump sum of 50,000. And I can hold it for, say, 5 years.
Okay.
And then I have 3 tax saving schemes which have matured, like ICICI tax plan, then SBI tax saving fund, and Sundaram Paribas.
Okay.
Now, should I, now that's expired, so should I continue with that, or I must invest in some other fund?
And what is the total corpus in these 3 schemes?
5,000 each.
5,000 each per month?
No.
Total?
Just total 5,000.
Okay. 15,000.
Sorry, no, 20,000 each.
20,000 each?
Each. So that's 60,000.
Okay.
And 3 years are over. Being years a scheme, the lock-in period is 3 years, right?
Now, in HDFC Top 200, you've been putting lump sum and also doing a simultaneous SIP of 1,500 rupees a month.
No, SIP I did only for, I've been doing for last 2 years,
Right.
and just recently I put 50,000 lump sum.
Okay, well, I think in markets such as this, but you have a 5-year to 10-year kind of a time frame, I understand.
Yes,
so it's
yes,
okay, don't
right.
worry. It's a good scheme. Everybody's been talking about it. I think
Right.
the issue really is about the 3 schemes, the 60,000 now that you've got, and what you do with that, right? Okay.
Right.
Hemant, would you guide Mrs. Vasudevan through?
Sure. I mean, HDFC Top 200, we've discussed that in this show earlier and even today. It's one of the best performing equity fund. And again, the best thing about the fund is that it has a very well-defined investment universe. So I think as far as this fund is concerned, she can definitely continue to remain invested in this. But I'm not too sure about the strategy of trying to time it every now and then, because there is always a temptation whenever the market goes down to invest some more money. Now that can backfire at times, even if one is investing in a good quality fund, and even if one is having long-term horizon. I'll try and avoid timing the market and follow a disciplined approach of investing systematically. Or at best, what one can do is invest 40 to 50% as lump sum and the remaining as systematic. That is as far as the HDFC Top 200 is concerned. For the remaining 3 investments in ELSS funds, since the lock-in period is over, my recommendation would be to exit from all these 3 and invest this money in diversified funds. Like HDFC Top 200, you already have HDFC Equity, Reliance Equity Opportunity, ICICI Pru Focus, Blue Chip kind of funds. The reason why I'm saying that is that if DTC is implemented from March 2012, and these schemes will stop getting fresh money, now that will, I think, become a kind of handicap for the fund manager to perform. So I believe that since the time horizon, that the lock-in period is over, she should exit from these funds and reinvest that money in well-diversified fund, especially the fund that have a performance track record.
Since she's 60 years old, Hemant, should she also not consider perhaps a kind of a good balanced fund? Because it's not as if she should put all her money into equity. Though she likes equity, she's got a flavor of it over the last 3-4 years, but still maybe perhaps an odd balanced fund as well?
Well, yeah, that's a good idea. She can do it. But since we do not have information on what else is the portfolio, we don't know how big is the debt portfolio already. But if that is not the case, she can definitely consider investing in a balanced fund, and some of the balanced funds which have really done well is HDFC Prudence or HDFC Balanced Fund. One of these funds she can definitely consider for investing the money.
Okay, Mrs. Vasudevan, long advice and very rich advice for you. I hope you're happy with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Also, time to say goodbye to Hemant. Thanks very much, Hemant, for coming by and sharing your views and advice with our viewers. Appreciate you coming by. Thanks very much. Look forward to seeing you.